Is your cat acting differently lately? Maybe it hides more, avoids you, or seems upset for no clear reason. Cats are masters at hiding their emotions, but there are clear signs when they're not happy. In this video, we'll show you 10 warning signs that your cat might be unhappy and what you can do about it. Sign 1. Hiding constantly. If your cat is constantly hiding, it's not something to overlook. Occasional hiding is normal for cats. They like small, enclosed spaces where they feel secure. But when hiding becomes excessive, it's often a sign of emotional or physical distress. Your cat may be stressed by changes in the environment, loud noises, unfamiliar guests, or new pets. Illness or pain can also make a cat withdraw. You might notice your cat avoiding interaction, staying under the bed, or retreating to closets for most of the day. This behavior usually means your cat doesn't feel safe or comfortable. Don't try to force them out. It could increase their stress. Instead, focus on creating a quiet, secure space and monitor them closely. If the hiding continues for several days, consult a veterinarian to rule out health concerns. Sign 2. Excessive meowing or unusual silence. Changes in your cat's vocal behavior can reveal a lot about their emotional state. If your normally quiet cat starts meowing excessively, it could be a sign of stress, anxiety, or even pain. The tone might be higher, more urgent, or constant. On the other hand, if a chatty cat suddenly becomes silent, that can be equally concerning. Cats often use their voice to express discomfort or a need for attention. A shift in vocal habits, whether louder, more frequent, or unusually quiet, is never random. Monitor these changes closely. If the behavior lasts more than a day or two, it's best to check with a vet to rule out any health issues. Sign 3. Sudden aggression. If your cat suddenly becomes aggressive, hissing, growling, scratching, or biting, it's often a sign of discomfort, fear, or pain. Cats don't act out without reason. Sudden aggression can be triggered by stress, a change in environment, or an underlying medical issue. A cat that was once calm and friendly but now lashes out, maybe trying to protect itself or express frustration. This behavior can also appear if your cat feels trapped, threatened, or overwhelmed. Don't punish the aggression. It will only increase the stress. Instead, try to identify what changed. Has something in your home environment shifted? Is your cat avoiding touch? If the aggressive behavior continues, consult a veterinarian to rule out injuries or health problems. Sign 4. Changes in appetite. A sudden change in your cat's eating habits can be a serious red flag. If your cat starts eating significantly less or stops eating altogether, it could be a sign of stress, depression, or an underlying medical issue. On the flip side, if your cat suddenly starts overeating or begging for food constantly, it may be seeking comfort or reacting to emotional imbalance. Cats are creatures of habit, and their appetite tends to stay fairly consistent. That's why any major shift should not be ignored. Watch for other signs too: changes in weight, vomiting, or avoiding their food bowl. Don't assume it's just picky behavior. If the change lasts more than a day or two, consult a vet. An unhappy or unwell cat often shows it through subtle eating-related behaviors that can easily go unnoticed until it's serious. Sign 5. Lack of grooming or over-grooming. Cats are naturally clean animals, and grooming is a big part of their daily routine. That's why changes in grooming behavior are often signs of trouble. If your cat suddenly stops grooming itself, it may be feeling depressed, sick, or physically uncomfortable. A greasy or unkempt coat is a strong indicator that something's wrong. On the other hand, if your cat starts over-grooming, licking the same spot obsessively, or even creating bald patches, it might be dealing with stress, anxiety, or allergies. Both extremes are signs of imbalance. Watch your cat's grooming habits closely, especially if this behavior is new. These changes are often overlooked, but they're one of the clearest signals your cat may be unhappy or unwell. Sign 6. Lethargy or lack of interest in play. Cats may enjoy long naps, but they're also naturally curious and playful, especially when they feel safe and content. If your cat suddenly becomes lethargic, uninterested in toys, or stops engaging in activities it once enjoyed, it could be a sign of emotional or physical distress. A happy cat usually shows bursts of energy, explores its surroundings, and responds to interaction. When that energy disappears, it's often a symptom of unhappiness, depression, or even illness. Don't confuse laziness with lethargy. There's a difference. If your cat avoids stimulation, isolates itself, or shows no response to favorite games, it's time to pay attention. A dramatic change in energy or engagement level is never random. When in doubt, it's always smart to check in with your vet. Sign 7. Inappropriate litter box use. When a cat suddenly stops using the litter box, it's rarely just bad behavior. It's often a sign that something is wrong, either physically or emotionally. Medical issues like urinary tract infections or digestive problems can make it painful to use the box, causing your cat to associate it with discomfort. Emotional stress, such as changes in the household, new pets, or tension between animals, can also lead to accidents. Cats are very clean by nature, so when they start eliminating in inappropriate places, they're often trying to communicate distress. Never punish your cat for this. Instead, observe what's changed in their routine or environment and have them checked by a vet. Solving the underlying issue is the only long-term fix. Sign 8. Tail and ear position. Your cat's body language reveals more than you might think, especially through its tail and ears. A happy cat usually holds its tail upright or relaxed, and its ears are forward or slightly tilted. But when a cat is unhappy, these signals change. A low, tucked tail, flicking or thrashing movements, pinned back ears, or constant twitching are all signs of stress, fear, or irritation. These subtle shifts in posture are often overlooked, but they speak volumes about your cat's emotional state. If you notice your cat's tail is always down or its ears are tightly flattened, it's likely feeling tense or threatened. Learning to read these signals can help you respond early and ease your cat's discomfort. Sign 9. Avoiding affection. If your cat suddenly starts avoiding affection, walking away when you approach, flinching at touch, or no longer curling up beside you, it could be a sign that something's wrong. While some cats are naturally less cuddly, a noticeable shift in how your cat responds to physical closeness usually points to emotional or physical discomfort. Maybe your cat is in pain, stressed by changes in the environment, or just feeling disconnected. This kind of withdrawal can be gradual or sudden, but either way, it shouldn't be ignored. Pay attention to how your cat reacts to your presence and touch. A cat that avoids affection is often trying to communicate that it's not feeling okay and needs support or space. Sign 10. Destructive behavior. Scratching furniture, knocking things over, tearing at curtains. These behaviors might seem like mischief, but they can be signs of frustration or emotional distress. When a cat is unhappy, it may act out by being destructive, especially if it lacks stimulation or feels neglected. Boredom, loneliness, and environmental stress are common triggers. Cats need both physical and mental engagement to stay balanced. If your cat suddenly becomes more destructive than usual, it's not just being bad, it's likely trying to cope with something. Providing toys, playtime, and safe spaces can help redirect this energy in a healthy way. If you recognized some of these signs in your own cat, don't ignore them. Even small changes in behavior can reveal a lot about how your cat is feeling. Try to identify the cause, create a calm environment, and don't hesitate to consult your vet if needed. And since you've watched this far, we're guessing you truly care about your cat's happiness, and we appreciate that. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and keeps the content coming. Thank you for watching.